take her and go. You shake your head and you resist, fighting against me like a wild beast to get back to Eric. Stop fighting me, you little wench. Eric can take care of himself. But you still struggle and kick, unrelenting. You protest to help fight with and protect Eric, adorable. Then you bite my hand. Ow! Okay, that's it. Over my shoulder like a bag of potatoes you go. Swinging you easily up and over. I secure you up to my shoulder and give your ear end a hearty pat. Sit still while I run. Otherwise you're going to be as dizzy as a fledgling pirate without his sea legs. Too bad Riddle and his divine boyfriend, old Big Titch McGee, scouted off earlier this morning with the healer, hoping to learn more about the relic in Noodle's arm. That just left Eric and me to fend off any threats towards you. Overkill, really. A sound behind me makes me swing around and throw a dagger just before one of the assassins fighting Eric can fully lift his blade at us. Ugh, amateurs. These new assassins the Templar are sending our way are rough around the edges, untrained in the art of shadows like we were. Every grueling bloody day we'd wake to the tip of our master assassin's sword. Weapon Master Samurai Khan was the greatest swordsman the world has ever known. Well, that's with me being a close second, of course. Alright, Eric, it's pretty beastly. That asshole's kept me on my toes for practically my whole life. But I suppose he's made me a better fighter because of it. Riddle, that twat. Well, Finesse has never been my middle name, but it can easily be his. In fact, we make a fucking brilliant team. I'm the muscle. Riddle is as clever as a fox, and Eric, well, he's just good at every damn thing. That's how it's always been. But now we've actually learned to team up for once, put the practice into practical purposes, and the protecting you. Well, it works. We work. And I laugh thinking about the fucking idiots coming after us. Pity them almost. God, life was getting kinda boring. Kill this guy, murder this fat bloated political arsehole, ambush these rapists travelling along the Nightwoods path and make them pay a little more than was necessary. Boy did I love that particular hit, actually. Perverts are the scum of the earth, and believe me, I've met some pretty foul dirtbags. Fond memories. But now my life is invigorated, with new meaning. A life built on training and servitude that now actually makes sense to me. A day that I would find the blood, sweat and tears all worth it, just like Master Khan had said. I finally found that day, and that started after I stopped that freaking mess of a fight with Eric and vowed to protect you. I can hear the sound of metal and metal clashing behind us, still ever present, and the grim beast smashing down through one of the walls of the small hut we last holed up in. I suppose I didn't blame him. 4 men squashed up together in such a small space in this heat can leave a cloud of rather rank-smelling fumes. Present company included, it was becoming a bit of a sausage party. What's that? Alas, it's just a grim beast. A huge monster-esque creation the Templars set along with their assassins to rip Eric apart. Well, I suppose to rip all of us apart, but Eric is currently dealing with it. He deserves a challenge. Settle down, lass, he'll be fine. He's having all the fun. As much as I enjoy your right little rump near inches from my face, I'm jealous. I haven't gotten to stretch my muscles in days. Unless you have other ways you'd like me to stretch my muscles. Oh, careful now. You stare daggers at me like that, you'll pierce my poor fragile heart. Hang tight, we're almost out of danger. I spot the pond coming into view, your pretty little rear end bouncing on my shoulder. We'll be safe here for a while. I can feel you freaking out, your chest fluttering a little too fast for my liking. So true to my arsehole nature, I quickly amble my way to the water's edge. Hey lass, here's all the warning you'll be getting. Hold your breath. And I unceremoniously toss you in. Less than dainty splash-it-ups in the otherwise tranquil forest, shooting water droplets onto my jerkin. Nothing gets your heart rate in check like a cold shower forcing your body to regulate its own breathing. Good thing we were far enough away from earshot, because the curses you spewed at me when you break the surface would make my own mother blush. Why yes, I am a lovable asshole. You surfaced looking like a slime-covered siren bent on my dismemberment. See? It worked. Changed your tune quick and in a jiffy, didn't it? Sorry lass, all that scrumming made you slip right through my fingers. He mumbled something nasty and full of ire about something you'd like to do to my fingers that I couldn't quite hear, but it brought a smirk to my face all the same. Oh, you're alright, little bug. Take a rest, wash off. Eric will catch up with us in no time. I turned, giving you some privacy. I suppose I'd already used up my arsehole quota for the day. Shouldn't push my luck. If looks could kill, you were certainly willing to flay me alive for tossing you in like that. Adorable. You make a chirp sound of surprise which had me spinning around in an instant. Your eyes widen, and I can only surmise you weren't alone in the moonlit pond. Ah, shite. Let me guess. Something has swam into your nether regions. Your lady bits, your flower garden, you shoot me an angry glare and urge me to stop talking and help you. I've seen a lot of things in my line of work, but that's a fucking first. Excuse my language, lass. But you've only been in that water for what, 30 seconds? And that serpent's had better luck with you than I've had getting in your pants. I hold out my hands, palm first, warning you to stay still. You look like you're about to explode with panic, so I step towards you slightly. I'm wading into the water now, my robes flowing out and behind me. Attic has the hots for you, you know. You stare at me confused, arching your eyebrows though I'm a little slow. There's a fucking snake in your pants and I'm talking to you about your love life? Well, it worked. You're distracted again and not swimming off in a panic. I drop lower into the water until my shoulders are covered and wade over to you, placing my hands at your hips. Good. Stay still. I've seen the way he looks at you, and the way you look back at him. Did you see the way you fought back there to help him? Yeah, it's pretty clear what's growing between you two. But know this, I'm not done with you yet. My large hand slides up your leg and onto your skirt. Your eyes widen as you gasp, but I continue. He may have gotten to you first, but like all good boys, we share. That's of course if you're willing to let go of what you've always been taught and receive all the love you deserve, with no rules or complications. Eric may not like it at first, but if I know him like I do, and I've known him my whole fighting life, he'll allow it as long as you're happy. Us Brotherhood males operate as one, differently from your average nobleman. I wink. That's a good thing, believe me, love. There! Suddenly I yank out a huge water snake from the shelter of your legs and toss it aside, watching as it slithers away into the brush. See? Distraction is success. I grin. And you were worried. I'm used to handling a snake much larger than that every day, love. As I take your hand in mine, I guide you to the edge of the water, my thumb soothingly rubbing across your knuckles. You know, Eric never trifled with getting involved with anyone. His duties as an assassin kept his mind far away from such things. Me? Well, I won't deny I've frequented a few brothels on my travels, but that's besides the point. What I'm trying to say is that Eric sees something in you worth pursuing, worth his life. We all do. So even though you don't think you're worthy or beautiful or whatever you crazy lasses scheme up in your pretty little heads, tell your brain to stop doing your bamboozle and just enjoy what we have to offer. Here, wait a moment and I'll pull you up. Pushing myself up onto the muddy embankment, water pouring from my robes, I pause, my awareness of the woods beyond forcing me to still. Get down! I yell to you just as an arrow flies toward me, but I throw my arm up just in time to brush the arrow aside with my bracer. From up above, an assassin lands near on top of me just before I roll out of the way, hoping you will heed my warning and hide in the vine-laden embankment, snakes and all. A crack sounds and my heart plummets as I see a large chunk of the rock of the embankment break off and tumble into the water, where the assassin had landed with his full body weight. Oh, fuck! With a quick glance, I don't see your head above the water. Looking back at the assassin, my nostrils flare. Well, you're extra fucking dead now. With a flick of my dagger, the assassin grabs at his neck just as my dagger slips past his fingers. He drops like a sack and lays prone against the ground. In the final admirable attempt, he tries to throw a dagger of his own, and I bat away with my bracer, which knocks it directly back at him and into the shitbag's leg. Bugger off, would you fucking miserable gnat? Your fat arse did more damage to her than your blade skills ever would. Not wasting my time, knowing that he's now dead, I dive into the pool. My eyes fight to see through the dark water, but suddenly they adjust and I spot you struggling amid a sliver of moonlight shining down through the translucence. Your hat and skirt floating around you. Doubling my efforts, I make it to you and realize your foot is stuck beneath the fallen stone, the skin at your ankle bloody and torn. We really need to get you better fucking boots. Pushing aside my inane thoughts, I make my way to the boulder and shove hard, but it doesn't budge. Oh shit, I think. You're running out of air. Glancing up, I realize you're really panicking now and holding your throat. Giving up on the stone for now, I swim back to you and not so gently tilt your head back, elongating your airway and placing my mouth under yours, my large hands on both of your cheeks. You still when you feel my air flow into your lungs, taking away the unbearable pressure and pain. Pulling back, I take one long-lasting look, promising you I would give you anything as long as you allow it, before I swim back to the stone and take one leg into the dirt as an anchor, and shove with my other heavily muscled leg and boot against the stone. Slowly the rock moves, then rolls out of the way and off your ankle. Shooting up, I grab you as I go and we both break the surface. You sputter and cough. I hit your back to help dislodge the water from your lungs. There you go, love. Cough it out. You're okay, I've got you, just breathe. Breathe with me. Fill your lungs with air. I could have sworn the medallion in your wrist shimmered after our kiss. Our touch appeasing it. But I folded the thought like a note and tucked it away into the back of my mind to revisit later. Pulling us both to the edge of the water, I swing you up into my arms, water dripping heavily onto the ground around us. The only sound in the silence of the now dark forest. The dead assassin lay in front of you, his blood now running slowly over the embankment and making a sad trail into the clear water below. Close your eyes, love, don't look at him. He doesn't deserve your pity. I've had about enough of this snake-infested pond for one day. What say you we find a nice cozy cave or place to hold up for the night, till Eric and the others can catch up to us. He's most likely leading them off our trail right now, but he'll double back soon enough. You nod and curl up tighter against my chest, my warmth soothing you in the chill air. I've got you, princess. Let me take care of you tonight. I whisper into your hair. Tonight's my turn with you, and I'm not letting you go just yet.